Lesson 15.11, trying to find a coordinate that makes a segment parallel or perpendicular to another segment. Number 1 says, given a point H at 4, -4, I is a point at 8, 0, J is at 4, 9, and K is a point where we don't know the X value, but we know the Y is going to be 3. We have to find what X needs to be so that the two lines are parallel. Remember, this means parallel. And so we want the line that's formed from the endpoints H and I to have the same slope as what J and K do. And that will allow us to solve for X. So I went ahead and sketched it out just to give you a visual. I put H here at 4, -4 and I here at 8, 0. So you can see that this line will have some kind of slope. We want J, K to have a parallel slope, or same slope to be parallel, and find what X value K would have to have. So the first thing I would want to do is find the slope of HI. So that would be M equals Y2 minus Y1. It'd be 0 minus -4. Be 0 plus 4, and then 8 minus 4. That would be 4 divided by 4, which is a slope of 1. So this is going up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. So we want J to be doing that same thing to get to K. And so I'm going to use this same slope and then use slope formula. For step 2, we're going to find X when line JK has a slope of 1. So I'm going to put 1 equals, that's like my M equals Y2, which would be 3 minus 9 over X minus 4. That has now created a proportion that I can solve, so I could put this over a 1 if that helps me, or I could just think I'm trying to multiply by this denominator of X minus 4 so that it would cancel and then come to the other side. But I'm also thinking I'm cross multiplying is really what I'm doing. So this times 1 doesn't change. It'd be still X minus 4 equals 3 minus 9 is now -6. All I would have to do is add 4. So that makes my X value be -2. That's saying that my point K would be at -2, 1, 2, 3. And it would be parallel to the line HI. And have that same up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1 situation. So our answer would be that X is -2. All right, number 2, same thing, but now they're going to be perpendicular lines. If I were to sketch a picture, it looks something like this, where I've got M here at -3, -3, and at 9, 6. O is at -3, +3. We want this other point, P, to be at 0, some Y value, so that these lines are going to be perpendicular or cross here. So it's going to be somewhere down here negative, it looks like. But first we would want to find the slope of MN. With our slope formula, so that would be 6 minus -3, which would be 6 plus 3, over 9 minus -3, which is 9 plus 3, would be 9 over 12, which is a fraction. We need to simplify it by dividing by 3. That would be 3/4. But be careful, we're not trying to keep it the same slope this time. We want to make perpendicular lines, so we have to make it the negative reciprocal. So now I'm going to have -4/3 as my M equals, and then I'm going to set OP Y minus 3 over 0 minus -3, or 0 plus 3. This time I truly have a proportion where I'm going to cross multiply. I also know that 0 plus 3 is really just 3. If I had a different number, I would go ahead and combine them. But I'm going to cross multiply, making the negative only go with my top number. So -4 times 3 is -12. Then I have 3 times Y minus 3. This has to be a distributed property here. So that 3 gets multiplied to both parts. So I get 3y minus 9, and then from there it's just solving a simple equation. Add 9 to negative 12, which is negative 3. Divide by 3. So y would be negative 1, which would put me right here and would make my lines look like this. And so yes, they do look like they would be perpendicular.